Welcome back to the Runs podcast. A little bit different. Straight in with our guest. We've got Arwel Roberts with us. All right, Arwel, buddy.
Yeah, not too bad. How are you doing?
All right, yeah.
All right,
Not bad,
mate,
not
all
bad.
right. We was just discussing you're looking very pro with some headphones on.
I've had these about 8 years.
Look at us do it. Useless.
I know. My Wi-Fi is playing fuck, and I'm telling everyone to make sure they've got good Wi-Fi. Nikki's is fine in Diggs in the middle of
I'm in
Glasgow.
an apartment in Glasgow. You were the one that's giving us dodgy Wi-Fi, freezing every 2 minutes.
I know. Oh, well, you are picking a pretty good Wi-Fi considering in the middle of Plantasia.
Amazon out here, innit? Exactly. House jungle.
We'll
Nice.
dive into more. Yeah, happy days. Thank you very much for coming on, though. As usual, we usually recap everything and then get our guests on. But the only thing we've got to recap this week is our weekend down with Call, and you were there for all of it, so you might as well dive into the recap as well.
Yeah, why not, innit?
More the merrier.
Yep. So we had the shakeout run down with Call. We racked on Friday night. Weather wasn't great, but it was a decent turnout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't. It held off a bit, didn't it? It weren't great this night, like for summer. But yeah, would we have 15 or there? 20 maybe? I don't know.
I think, yeah, it was 20, and it was a nice mix of people from Racked and people from the podcast as well.
Yeah.
And then a nice little coffee from Grow and Grind as well. What do you have in yours?
Oh, I had lion's mane, whatever the fuck that is. Some mushroom in it. Some mad mushroom.
Some form of mushroom hot chocolate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all right. Never had it before. Didn't taste too bad.
Did it give you like a boost? Do you feel good the next day?
Didn't feel no different.
Perhaps it's got to be continuous as well. You just can't have one.
I'd imagine so. Like, you're not going to just have one shot or something and like all of a sudden you're a miracle and feeling amazing, you know.
No. But thank you very much, Grow and Grind, for staying open for us to grab some coffees as well after the shakeout. And then on Sunday we had the real deal. It's called 10K. I've done it before. Nick, you've done it before. Arwel, have you done it before?
First time.
What do you think of it?
Busy, wasn't it? You know, like rock up to a local 10K and you think, not be that busy, but I had like 7 minutes to get from the back or up the top in front of the pubs there down to the front in the white pen, and I was like, oh god, cutting it short.
Did you?
Yeah.
That far back?
Well, I took my time like to get to the front, and then I was like, oh god, pushing it, but no,
Yeah.
right again.
Yeah, because it is one of the big ones, it's one of the series for Run4Wales, and so I think that's what attracts more people to it, and obviously for us being localish, Maesteg Park, it is a big one. But yeah, I don't know how many was there. It was a few thousand, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't even see what the final finishing figure was.
I'm sure I seen 3,500. Would that be right? Or have I seen a number somewhere else?
Probably about right, I'd say. I would have imagined they probably sold more, but then you always have people don't turn up.
Yeah, and people running under different names.
Yeah, and especially the morning we had in it driving down, it was buzzing.
But I was ready for cold. Like I had sleeves on the lot, and then as soon as like they went the goes, so was it a gun or whatever goes, the sun just started belted out rays down onto the track, and it was so hot.
Yeah, it did get warm. That second half, going back up through town and Loch Lane, it was like, sweat on end, like.
Yeah, I was probably only around coming into Treco by then as well, and that's where like the guy was out with a sprinkler, and I was like, yes. And what
was he? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was out with a sprinkler. You know, on the corner where the pubs are.
Yeah, I know. He's usually there most years. I know what you're on about.
No, and what did I say before the race? Do not let me go near water because my chafing is like the gremlins. As soon as I get water on my body, gone out. But I was straight into the shower, and then from 2K to 10K, I blamed everything for my run. The chafing came straight away. At one point, I was blaming my socks because my feet were too hot. It was, but it's a good race. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it again. Obviously, it went well. What do you think of it? What do you think of the route and everything? I know you said it was busy at the start.
No, it was good, wasn't it? I think that first half's definitely kinder to you than the second half, and I know a few people might have pushed it over the first mile, 2K, kind of gone, oh, sugar. And then you see him kind of on the second half of the course. I'd gone out quite conservative, and I'm glad I did now.
Yeah, you probably negative split it, though.
I couldn't tell you exactly, but probably, yeah.
No. Yeah, because like when we done the recce Friday, we was chatting, and I said like the first half pretty flat, little down and up here, but not much. But the second half, even though it's not uphill, but it's a nasty little drag in it from John Street and then up through town, Locks Lane, until you get to the top recipe. But then you have got a nice couple of K back down. So that's what's good about it. And we had the wind behind us our last 2K, that helped.
Yeah. I think they've extended Locks Lane since the last.
I've always hated that, but it's always dragged on forever.
I was having a little walk in Locks Lane, and someone from Park run past and was like, "Come on, runs. Come on, no walking." I said, "Don't tell Carly Cole." So I messaged Carly, and we're waiting to see if they do snitch on me. But it was good, though. I enjoyed it. It was a nice day out. Times, I finished in 1:07. And odd.
Yeah, was it 37:57 for me? So
that's a PB, you know.
10K PB for now. Yeah, happy days.
Well done. What you got to think running out on that course, you get like a flatter one now, Swansea or a Cardiff 10K. I think it can take at least 30 seconds off that.
Yeah, definitely. I think 10K is not my distance. Or at least I don't feel like it is anyway. I don't run it enough to know where the limit is, if that makes sense. But the more of them you do, the better it gets, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it should do.
You're all fine.
I am the man in the last couple of years. Mine's for 10Ks either.
No.
Even though there's loads around. Yeah, I PV'd as well, 36:07, so I've landed that because I was aiming for like 36:30 or just under. So I managed to like pretty much even split it all away. Like my splits I was well happy. Like I thought second half I might tire a little bit, but I didn't. Like I managed to hold on. I was in a good pack. Like got into a good pack with a couple of the Neath boys. Owen Wiggins was just ahead of me. Tom from Porthcawl, me and him worked really well together and night on all the way. So yeah, we pulled each other along, and yeah, I was landed to get a PB.
Yeah. This guy is rolling back a years. 5K PB and a 10K PB.
I know. In 2 weeks, like in mad.
When are your previous 5K and 10K PBs from?
Probably 2 years. Yeah, Porthcawl definitely, because I PB'd at Porthcawl 2 years ago, and then I haven't PB'd since on 10K. And my 5K was from Whitchurch, the Race to Victory, and that was 2 years ago as well. Yeah, so to both from 2 years. Mad.
What about you,
10K would have been, was it Gosainan the other day? Like that'd have been the first time I'd run a 10K race. So the aim there was just to go sub 40.
You're genuine, yeah.
Yeah.
Genuine, not a 10K runner. Like.
Well, I kind of like I've run for 2 years, and so I didn't race a 10K last year or the year before. Or not that I can think of. It's anything longer or shorter.
Yeah.
So kind of any other time.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, any other times would have just been training runs, which I guess they're PBs, but.
Yeah,
think of it like that.
Just not.
Yeah, you just don't think of them like that.
Who else? Ben Keogh, congratulations on PB in your 10K as well. Only his second as well. So we're getting started now, Keogh. We are raising money as well. I'm disappointed in everyone. I put a link up to get sponsor for Cardiff Half, and nobody sponsored me. So you better start sponsoring me, or we're going to start charging for the podcast.
Subscriptions, and it all goes to the charity.
Yeah, NSPCC. So if you can drop me a quid, if everyone that listens just drops me a quid, I'm way over. I don't even want a $5 or anything, just a quid. Happy days. And a gift aid, 1.25, is it? There we are.
Yeah.
Lovely, excellent. The vest debuted in front of live photographers. We got a shout out again because we were really, I guess, lucky on this order because we wouldn't have placed the order if we didn't have a problem with the women's sizing coming back. So we had to get the women's sizes redone because the measurements were wrong. but we've sold over another 50 as well. So massive shout out, massive thank you to everyone for the support as well, because it's unreal. We've sold nearly 100 vests. There's going to be people, right? Someone messaged me off from Australia this morning asking how much the shipping is. But
that's mad.
That's mad.
Yes,
I don't think, but still, I said if your parents send a care package, let me know and I'll pop one in. But we're really biased towards the vest, obviously. But well, you've ordered a couple of times now. I've seen a couple of photos of you. What's the kind of feedback from strangers that are not? We love them, obviously, because we made them, and that's just the way it is, isn't it? But from a neutral point of view, good quality.
Yeah, they were good, man.
Like?
How was it? I did on track last night. Kept me cool enough. Doesn't stick. No chafe. Can't go wrong. And funny enough, I was speaking with Racked on Friday there, because obviously with the WeRunWales stuff, kind of maybe looking at merch, that end of kind of things as well. So kind of, yeah, if I'm also then looking to, you know, that in itself says something.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, my nipple would suggest otherwise regarding the chafe. I think that's more my nipple problem than the vest problem.
Well, and the water dousing yourself problem.
Yeah. But good. Yeah, so thank you all very much. We'll leave it there now for a bit. We won't ask you for any more money, just to keep listening and keep enjoying the podcast. Anything, Nick, you had a problem with people getting in your way at the start that weren't going to be running 36 minutes, right?
Yeah, but that's just a thing, innit? Like, some people just, you got pens, position yourself roughly, you know. Like, I was probably, 20 deep, I'd say. As in, like, a group. I'm thinking, I look around and go, yeah, I'm not quicker than all them. So you roughly position yourself in your pen correctly, don't know, but, like, a lot of people don't, do they? So it wasn't too bad, because where they started this year, it was nice and wide, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Because of the new start position, it was pretty nice and wide. So it wasn't a big concern, but it does still, like, it can become an issue, can't it? People further back, I bet there's loads of people way ahead where they should, but that's just one of them things, eh? Position yourself properly, people.
Position yourself properly. You've been warned. PBs are on the second card.
I can't do anything about it. I can just moan, because I like to moan.
Yeah, the only disappointment I had was the siphoning at the end as well. Obviously, I was finishing in big packs, middle of the road, and the siphoning through to the medals and the water and stuff was a bit shit. But
I was all right. Like, when I finished, it was all right.
There's only so much room down there as well, I guess.
Yeah, where it was finishing on the end of the prom there, it's a lot smaller than usual, isn't it? Because it was like right on the end, wasn't it, by the chessboard. There's not much room to siphon around. But like I say, when I come through, it didn't seem that bad. It felt pretty flowy, but it might have been worse. Like say, where you were further back, it might have been too busy.
There we are. Cool. While I was waiting for
they'll probably change it again next year anyway, I guess.
Yeah, maybe get rid of Loxley, and that would be great, because that's just mental warfare going up there. Like, it was so warm. About 4 people ran past me with the tops off, and I was like, I might just take my vest off now. Should I take my vest off? Thumbs out, sends out thumbs out in there, but I didn't do it in the end, because I'll lose my vest or drop my vest. You know what I'm like, a drop in stuff, so I didn't bother in the end. But it was warm. It was a good event. Thank you very much, Run4Wales. See you next year back down Porthcawl. I think that's about everything we need to do with the recap today, right?
Yeah, obviously we've had a request of Maesteg Park Run and Neath for their upcoming 7-year anniversary on the 20th of July. So they've just asked, could we plug that and mention it, so we get as many people there as they can for it. I just had that on my head to say.
Yeah, get more people there than the
medal, didn't they?
What's that?
I was going to say, get more people there than the runs meet up there. Break that. What was it? 200 who didn't turn up?
Ooh. No, we had 99.
Oh, 99. Break the 100. That's it.
Grant Medcraft's fault. Worked nights and didn't come straight up. So we blame him for that, not getting 100. But yeah, so yeah, we'll try and get as many up there to get over 100 for them, because it's been a while, I think, since we've had 100 up there. So let's get it back over 100.
Anyway, before we jump into Arwel and find out a bit more about him, while I was waiting for you all to come, I was thinking, what is our top 5 running brands? Who wants to go first?
Top 5 running brands?
Yeah. in order.
Nike. Oh, fucking hell. Nike. Probably New Balance, as in like vest, shorts. I haven't got many of the trainers. I've only got one pair of the trainers, and they're all right. Ken had a nice pair of the new like elite or rebel versions. They look quite nice.
Yeah. They're like the
Adidas.
safari pack, didn't they?
Yeah, the what?
They're like the safari pack, you know. They're like a little bit of leopard print on them, I think.
Yeah, they like the new range they've done. They're all the same now. They shoe all the way down. They all look the same. It's obviously different weight material and carbon plate in them. Saucony is good. I like Saucony trainers. I've had a few of them. They've been good. I'd probably put them 4. And Festival. What else do I get? Well, you can't fault sports shoes, high estate for cheap training kit. So I'm going to go with them as 5 because the socks, like shorts and tops, are class, like real cheap on sports shoes. There's nothing wrong with it. It's good training kit, like.
Yeah, the rain
So I'd
jackets.
go with that. Yeah, the rain jackets are class. The socks are class. Like I've had loads of long sleeve tops, good. Even the shorts are decent. So they definitely in there.
Arwel, you've had time to think
Yeah,
now.
no,
So
I
you should
think
bang these out.
I was gonna say Adidas for the shoes and the shorts. That's my go-to. I'd probably follow it up with Nike. Then probably some Hoka gear. I've rinsed a couple of speed goats. Then Mizuno. I've got a bit of kit from Mizuno.
Yeah. I've never had any Mizuno.
Yeah, I got some shorts, long sleeve tops, and a pair of their like slightly speedier, lightweight shoes that aren't carbon. Couldn't tell you what they're called, but they're nice. And then what's that for? I can't think.
Lost count.
Adidas, Nike, Hoka, Mizuno, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably Asics. Like good old daily Nimbus 25.
Yeah.
Nimbus 26.
Actually, yeah, they got. Yeah, I've got. You had them on Friday. I've just had a pair. I found a pair half price on Sports Direct, and I've only used them a couple of runs, easy runs, and they are nice. What's yours got?
Nike. Definitely Nike. I do like New Balance as well. And then that's about it, really. But I would be interested. I'm probably going to add some Mizuno in because Mizuno is quite a throwback to school and the rugby gear. But not that I played much rugby in school, but it's quite a popular brand when I was in school. And I do like the look of like the Say Sky stuff as well. Is that how you say it? Say Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why. I just really want a pair of Under Armour Hover. Is it Hover? Is it HOVR?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you told me I'm not allowed to get them. So but I do like all the Under Armour stuff as well. So yeah, maybe those. Acid running stuff is cool as well, but that's a bit more fashionable in it, and it's like way out of my price range as well. But yeah, strictly Nike. We're all chorus for watches, right?
Yep.
Chorus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what a club, what a team, what a watch.
I'm gonna have to get a new one soon, I think. Upgrade.
You've had it a while now, haven't you?
4 years.
Yeah. It's doing all right. Mine's on 49 and I charged it like 4 days ago, I think, maybe.
Yeah, battery life's awesome on it.
You've got the newer one, haven't you? Arwel.
Yeah, was it Pace 3? Upgraded from
Oh, you got, yeah.
Garmin Instinct that I used to have, which was probably about 4 or 5 years old in itself by the time it was dying on me.
Yeah, well, I've had this Pace 2 4 years, so I'd probably upgrade to the Pace 3, I think.
No, the Apex or anything? Pace does everything you need, doesn't it?
Pace does everything I need. It's smaller, it's lighter. Like I had a big Garmin, one of the Fenixes, and I hated it. Real heavy, way too much on it for what I need. Just didn't get on with it at all.
Here we are. Happy days. Let's take a quick break and then we'll come on and find a bit more about Arwel. Can I shorten your name anyway, or should we just call you Arwel? Does anyone shorten it? It's hard to shorten.
Yeah,
Not really long, is it?
Not many syllables to cut out, to be fair. So, yeah. I mean, you can try, but I'll respond to a noise.
It just takes a little bit too long to say, just a fraction too long to say. Like,
Oh,
do you want me to like call you A or something? No.
Hey,
Right.
man. Hey.
Hey man. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Welcome back. That's the recap done. So, interesting. Like we just said in the break. Now, I assumed you've been running forever. No, 2 years proper.
Yeah, 2 years consistently. What's it? I sacked off rugby pretty much every origin story of a runner, innit? Sack off a ball sport or team sport and find an endurance sport that fits. And yeah, I kind of started running. I just remember it, the same 5K loop around my village. And I look back now and I think to myself, how did I do that like 5-6 times a week, just doing the same 5K? It was just, must be mind numbing, but obviously built some form of consistency. And I think, like, if you ask me to do that now, I think I'd struggle. Like, but no, that was kind of about 2.5 years ago. I did about a year of it, or maybe kind of just short of a year on my own. Kind of no running club, or kind of often fitted it in around like rugby training and so on, because I was kind of dabbling in both for a bit. And then decided to kind of pull the plug on rugby, partly through just enjoying the running a lot, but also like work-wise, like I'm self-employed, I'm an osteopath, I work with my hands and like treat people, so you just can't risk losing wrists, shoulders, concussions, you name it. And so running became the option and the outlet, and like not really looked back since.
That's everyone's story, isn't it? Did that coincide with COVID as well, then, or does it not coincide with COVID?
Probably just after.
Yeah. But rugby obviously stopped during COVID, I guess, didn't it? So, did you run during COVID, or did you just
a bit? Like nothing. Yeah, a couple of those. Was it quizzes and
neck nominate?
Oh God, I don't think I went that far, but yeah. I started definitely like getting out because like it was the only thing you could do, wasn't it? Like, but no, it wasn't. I don't think I fell into that consistent process until afterwards, where like I think rugby did change after COVID. There were different rules, and couldn't even tell you what they were, but yeah, I think that took a bit of the fun out of it a bit. And so naturally, the idea of wanting to shift away had already started to, so you go back and play a slightly different sport, and I think it just gives you the nudge. But yeah, and then it was like I say 12 months before I joined in Run4All, and that's where things kind of properly came on, like realizing that there's a difference between like the speeds you can run, and you can run different speeds obviously, but like how long you can hold them for, and different methods of training, and like having the access to the track and people with experience made a world of difference.
Yeah, it does, because as you say, if you're just going out running the same 5K loop, I bet he was doing it the same pace, same loop.
Oh yeah,
didn't think any different.
No difference. Like, those 5Ks were probably floating between like 90 seconds and 2 minutes difference, depending on how I was feeling, and if I'd had dinner before or after.
Yeah, that was the difference. Like, it's mad, the difference. Like, obviously, if you're that new to it, you're probably even still learning. But yeah, it is like you now, Garner, you were saying the other week that you've only now learned to properly run slow.
Yeah.
Like you was just going out at one pace.
I just thought run slow meant slow. Like, so yeah, 10 seconds slower than I ran yesterday is slower. That simple. But it's not, like, it's got to be so much slower as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Your body can't take it, you can't just go out and keep, I wouldn't say smashing it, but even easy runs need to be proper easy. Like, you learned running with your brother, like, oh, that's easy. We're properly conversational chatting, not just going out 20 seconds a mile slower than my race pace. That's not easy. That's still effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. But like, I can't. I'm shocked you've only been running for 2 years.
I know, and I am. I
You
didn't
love
realise
running.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone all in on it, kind of thing. Like, it is pretty much the only sport. Like, I've had a couple of friends and people ask, oh, you know, is there anything else you think to do? Like, no, I don't. I just like, I like running. Like, let me put my trainers on and go out. Like, and like when I was back in, so I live in Swansea now, but when I was living in Neath, a lot of it was trails or kind of mountains that were pretty accessible and quick to get to. It's changed a bit now, naturally being in the middle of Swansea. It's like cycle paths and the prom and so on. But you know, you still like have that sense of like getting out and adventuring a bit like that. That's the bit I enjoy about it. Like, I know for me, it's just that escape in it. It's just like you decompress a bit. You go out and you might have a session already in your head to do, or sometimes you just go, right, I'm just going to do what I feel like and run on feel and say, right, I've got 40 minutes here or an hour here to squeeze in. And whether it be to distance or time, but like you just gauge now, at least I feel like I can gauge how I'm feeling, how far I can go and what I fancy doing.
I guess you had I'm assuming you played in the backs.
Yeah, when I got to senior rugby, I didn't get big enough to play in the forwards then. But when I was a kid, I used to play flanker. There's some funny picture. I went on a holiday, I say holiday, but like on a tour with school to Australia. And there's a picture of me and like two of my friends that were in the same team stood outside the Sydney Opera House. And you could swear I'm about 5 years younger than them. It is scary. And so I think to myself, how was I playing in a team with this slot? Like, and so, yeah, like one was a centre, one was second row, and I'm there, like, just 2 foot shorter. Yeah, so played like 7 when I was a kid up until about, was it 6th form, and then moved out to kind of like the back. So, yeah, naturally kind of the speedier, I guess, slightly fitter side of the scale of rugby players.
You've took a level of fitness into your running, like, it hasn't just, now that we've gone, right, haven't been doing anything. So that's been, although it's still a mass playing on wing, 90% of the time out on the wing is standing out there cold, waiting for the ball and maybe you're not coming. And it's a bit more explosive. At your standard, probably, not my standard. I was there to make up the numbers. I can just go out on a wing because you can't cause any trouble out there. But you've taken a level of fitness into your running as well, I never knew.
Yeah, I've always had like some interest in sports, some interest in staying fit, and I think that kind of has transferred from the rugby and then into like probably like a running / gym period where kind of I wasn't like running with a club or anything particular. It was just kind of I moved away with work, and so I didn't have the same connections that I have back home. So kind of whilst I was away there for about a year, kind of did a bit of CrossFit. So I've naturally always done something, but never found like the consistency that I found now with running. That's the switch. I think it's the enjoyment of it that I get that has built that consistency, if that makes sense. So there was always
it fits around, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, exactly.
It's easier to fit.
You can make, like you say, make it as easy as hard, as long as short as you can, right? As you want to. So that makes it particularly nice, doesn't it? Like, you can say, oh, I've got 3 days this week. Let's make the most of them. When am I doing it? Let's go out for an hour or whatever it is.
Yeah, definitely. It's like we discussed it with loads of people now. Like you say, your team sports take up your 2 nights a week, you're training, your full Saturday. Don't get me wrong, I do a lot of running. You probably do now. Guys getting back consistent slowly. And like, but you can just like say, oh, I got half hour. But half hour is nothing really, is it, out your day?
No, exactly. I think starting with literally, like you say, half an hour whenever it suits you is the way in, innit? And once you start doing that, you go, oh gosh, actually, can I do 40 minutes next time or 45 and you get hooked into it. Exactly. And then you start finding it easier or it's relatively, the same effort, but you're just doing more.
More.
And like it's just built from there. And I think that like you say, the access to it is huge. Like for me, I love just that escape, trails, adventure. Like if I could just have the day off, put some shoes on, take a pack with me, put some food and drink in, and escape and just move, I would like all day. That I'd do it 9 till 5, like. But I don't think anyone's sorting that out for me anytime soon.
You need to get into the ultra world then.
Or the influencer world.
Oh, yeah, exactly. One or the other.
One or the other, yeah.
So then you joined Run4All Neath. How has that had an effect on your running and change? You said it's been a massive change since you joined the club from just doing them loops on your own. What's changed and how has that had an impact on you, the club?
Yeah, so like I guess kind of the main thing is obviously having others to learn from, train with, and kind of I guess add a bit of variation and structure to a week. Like I tend to train over like a 7-day cycle. So like in my head, every like Sunday's a reset then. And so Monday we'll often have a track session at Caturbet. Wednesday we'll have a road run, particularly through the winter, and then sometimes over the summer it gets a bit more traily. It's a bit longer because we get the sunlight hours and stuff, and the weather's a bit drier. And then
should be drier.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like it, does it? And then on like Fridays we'll do a little tempo loop down at Amazon. And so those like 3 sessions structure that most of the club's week. You'll often see then club members going out on park runs or long runs over the weekend that they've sorted between themselves. But that's the general stuff. And for me, it made a huge difference to my week, because rather than doing 5K every day at the same pace, suddenly I was actually knackered after a Monday. So I couldn't run a 5K as fast as I was running on a Tuesday, or I might just actually choose to take the day off because my legs were cooked after actually doing 400 efforts or 800 efforts or whatever it might have been on track. And yeah, I think what it allowed me to do was understand that the potential was there to get quicker. As you said, Gareth, like playing in the backs, I think speed has always been something that I've been lucky enough to kind of have at hand. And so I've been able to keep up with people quite well. It's like, can I hold on? And so that's where I think a majority of like the development for me now is focused, then, if that makes sense. It's like getting to a pace, holding it for so long, and then pushing on to the next pace, and then building it and holding on for so long, and taking like a 5K pace through to a 10K, and then a 10K through to a 15K or a half, and like same goes through then to like marathon distance and so on.
Good. What is your distance? Have you settled on a distance?
No, at the minute I think I like anything that's either really long or really short. So it's like, give me a 5K or like a half or a marathon. Anything in between, like 10 milers or like 10Ks. Not my cup of tea. Like, it's a pity that like every castle's leg is about 10 miles, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
like,
they are.
Like,
yeah, there's not many.
Nothing that much shorter, is it? Yeah.
Not many.
And as well as that, they stick a couple of hills in them all, don't they? Like, so it's like, so it makes it that 10 miles feels like 12.
Yeah, but it's definitely more like an half.
So yeah, but no, I think at the moment, I think it's either really short, where I haven't quite stretched out like that 5K-ish pace to be a 10K, just off a 10K effort. So like the discrepancy there is definitely something I know I could probably improve. And then the kind of longer side of stuff then is kind of where I feel like I can grit it out a bit better, and just I can settle in and grit my teeth a bit.
Do you reckon that leans into that love for the trails as well? Because nobody's doing a 5K trail, right? Often trails tend to be longer.
Yeah, probably. Like, I don't think very few times do I head out to like some trail runs and end up just doing kind of something short or quick, 20 minutes or half hour. It tends to be, you've put a bigger chunk of your time or your day to one side to do that. And so yeah, I think most of the time if I do head out to some trails. It's to have a bit of an explore, hit some hills, and you're giving yourself at least an hour covering like 10K plus, and again, it depends on what you've got available to you, isn't it, in terms of trails, but also like in terms of time. Like for me, I'm quite lucky. I haven't got too many commitments other than work and a girlfriend. That's kind of where it ends. Like there's no kids, so like it's easy for me to head out when I need to or want to, and I can make the most of it. And so yeah, I can kind of spend hours if I like I said earlier, out there and enjoy it for kind of as much as I can, until I fall off then the cliff and then end up crawling back to the van kind of thing.
I think that's what puts me off trails, is I'm going to get gassed in the middle of the woods, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm in the middle of the woods. I'm going to get eaten by a bear. I don't know where my car is. Oh,
So you put in, save your run, your route on your watch, or your phone.
Yeah,
and
don't
follow
think
it.
Yeah, set Nikki up on a Strava beacon, so when it all goes tits up, Nikki can come save you.
It's up. We can look here too.
This is why Nikki had to sort out the blue pool loop, because the last time I done it, I took a wrong turn and got me and my brother and one of the boys lost. We came out like we done an extra 6K walking, like because I took a wrong turn somewhere.
Down on Aberafon Beach, like.
Yeah, he's gone totally the wrong way.
Yeah, class. So what's going on? What's going up for the rest of the year? What's the plan? What's the big plan? Because you're still young, you're only just diving into it. You must have got some big. Are you going star hunting like Nikki, or what's coming up shortly and short term and long term? I guess.
So the main plan this year was to go Cardiff half into Snowdon, but then last week I ended up winning a competition on Instagram. I thought it was a spam email to start with. I had this email coming through, oh, congratulations, and I thought, oh God, here we go. Who's this person in my inbox? And then I read through it and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I forgot I entered that competition. So yeah, I've just won a competition to run Berlin. So that'll be the first, big star. So 12 weeks time, Berlin Marathon's the new target. It's a week before Cardiff, and was it a month before Snowdon? So we'll see how much of my legs are left, and whether or not I decide to run those or not. But yeah, so realistically, plans have all changed over the last 3-4 days, so new target now is Berlin end of September. Big 12 weeks, and kind of hit it hard. I guess the competition's all focused around going sub 3, so that's the target. I did 3:10 recently at Tenby at the Wales Marathon, so there's some work to do in it, but the course and 12 weeks of hard training will probably be, fingers crossed, be enough to shift it. Like,
we obviously give us the heads up on the shakeout run on Friday, and obviously unbelievable competition to win. Like we say, the training you're going to get, the trip, the actual the course, everything. Like you say, if you've done 3:10 in Tenby, like obviously it doesn't just happen like that, but it's a course where you could easily get that 3 hours if you put that 12-week block in. Everything goes right, touch wood, everything on the day, you got to go right, then anything can go wrong. It's a fucking long way, innit? But yeah, fingers crossed for you that you can get that, which I think you're more than capable of, especially with a sub 38 10K. Again, I know it doesn't always equate like that, but I don't think I'd run a 38 10K when I first broke 3. So, it's, as a compatibility, and, you've got a hell of a shot at it if everything goes well these 12 weeks.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And I think with everything going on, I'll probably try and document a bit of it and just kind of gauge like the whole 12 weeks and everything else involved, because it's going to be exciting. I mean, it's the first race.
Berlin's a brilliant city, brilliant race.
Yeah, first race abroad as well and stuff like that. So it's that all that kind of stuff. So it's looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'd be class.
Absolutely. And one of us knows a thing or two about going sub 3 in major marathons. So if you need any help, give one of us a shout. I'll let you pick which one. It's not me.
I'll message
But if you
later
do
now,
need any
Da.
help on the camera, I'm happy to like dive in and give you some help if you want to make some content or anything. I'm always happy to do that because I can do that. I just can't run sub 3-hour marathons.
Happy days.
Good.
We all got
And-
a talent.
Yeah. My internet wouldn't suggest that, but yeah. And we can't let you go before we start talking about. We've got our first mashup run with you, whatever we're going to call it. We Run Wales and us on the Runs podcast are running a Blue Pool loop. But do you want to tell us a bit more about We Run Wales, what it does, who you are?
Yeah, 100%.
And fill in the people that are listening, I guess.
Of course, like We Run Wales. So it was like, as I've probably all explained, like, you know, my love for runnings and trail running in particular is kind of obvious. And so it was a year ago now, pretty much July last year. I was speaking with a friend who set up a kind of what we call our little sister company. We hike Wales. So she'd already been doing about a year's worth of hiking, kind of trail hiking loops of local areas in South Wales. And I'd been on a couple and we got chatting. We were like, why don't we set up one for trail running? I'd recently done some lead running courses and so on. And so we were like, right, yeah, why not? You know, it makes sense. And so for the last 12 months, we've been doing kind of monthly trail runs around South Wales, typically Gower, Avon, southern edge of the Brecon Beacons. Kind of those are the main kind of points we kind of get to. We do want to probably start going a bit further east. So we've had a lot of people come from Cardiff direction, head our way, so kind of possibly like Taff Trail and kind of that kind of neck of the woods. And so in the 12 months, we've kind of built a bit of a community. And you see kind of new faces each month, regulars and all sorts. We've got obviously on the 21st, the kind of mash up with yourselves, going to go head to Maesteg to kind of start the run and head up towards Blue Pool there. Nikki sorted a nice route. It's up, down, I think is probably the best way to describe it, but not too much climbing. So that's nice. I think the last one I did last month was pushing it a bit. Took people up to Llyn y Fan Fawr, and it was probably the longest and the one with the most elevation put in together, which is probably something to think about going forward on my part. I just then, whoops. But yeah, so it'll be nicer than that one. And then naturally it's all sociable. It's about building kind of community connection, enjoying the outdoors. We've been out in absolutely everything. It's been grey and overcast. We've been swimming around Kenfig Reserve. It was so wet that every turn and alternate route we took, we'd been up to our knees and up to our hips in water. So yeah, we've had everything. But yeah, it's just like I say, a small community that's growing and kind of there to be sociable, be chatty. It's not about pushing pace. It's about enjoying the outdoors and getting to know some routes that maybe you wouldn't know otherwise. Familiarizing yourself with a new area, and kind of meeting people that maybe you can then go out and do some trail runs with in your local area. I think we've had a handful of people now from Cardiff meet up outside of trail runs, same down the Gower way, where people have kind of found little subgroups then, if that makes sense, and gone out and done their own thing. So yeah, it's great. And so we've got like an Instagram, obviously at WeRunWales. We've got a community WhatsApp group. There's a Strava club. And so those are the three main places you can find us. And then, this weekend, we're also at Love Trails Festival. So that'll be wicked. So we've got 2 guided runs, one on the Friday morning, one on the Sunday morning. And the hikes are going out every morning, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So looking forward to that, kind of introducing We Run Wales to, and the Gower, I guess, to a whole lot of people travelling down to the Gower for the festival as well.
Class.
Awesome.
Very good. That'd be a nice day for you then if we do the park over.
I'll camp the night out and stay here.
In the hospital, it's like,
saying that, I think that
we'll go next
weekend
weekend.
I think that's is that Rabbit Run weekend as well?
Yeah, it is 20th Rabbit Run.
There we are. Yeah, so I know I've got that booked in. So I mean, again, we'll see how that goes. And
nice little recovery then up around the Blue Pool.
Exactly.
Yeah. Excellent. Right. I think we've covered everything we needed to cover. You are flat for somebody that's only started 2 years. You've dove. I'll never get this right, guys, but dived straight in and just love it, which is class to see. Shall we take another quick break and then we'll do this or that? We'll get some questions and answers done, and then we'll get off to watch Spain against France.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Should we do it in Welsh? 1, 2, 3. Croeso nôl. Welcome back. Just found out that Arwel is also fluent in Welsh like me, but not like Nicky, who's fluent in Italian. What's welcome back in Italian, Nick? Do you know?
Nope.
No. We'll find out for the next episode. That's your homework.
Yeah, I'll write that down. Welcome back, Italia.
Right, we've got this or that. Ready, Nick?
Yeah, I was just writing that down because I'm going to find out. Right. Excuse me. Right, here we go. Arwel. Right. Post-race, recovery, shake or a pint?
I'm going to say recover. Well, I'm not a big shake person, but I'm also not a big pint person. So I'm going to say pint because I did have one on Sunday.
Oh, you did, yeah. You did come out with a pint plus.
I had a lovely half and half shandy and it was so
Oh,
refreshing.
did you?
Yeah.
I had a few Guinness. I had a few too many Monday. Head was pounding. Yeah, well, that's why I was loving it. Lower fee or a finisher's tea?
Lower fee.
I think we know the answer to this one. Road or trails?
Trails.
Yeah. Summer or winter running?
Winter. I don't do well in the heat. Like
a lot of people don't.
Let me put the layers on and I'll just yeah.
Get on with it.
Yeah.
Always take them off.
Exactly.
Yeah. And this one's pretty thing as telling with what you've already got covered. You can only pick one for the rest of your life running: a treadmill or the same loop.
Same loop, I think. Yeah, exactly. Go origin story, like get back in there.
Yeah, back to the start. That's me. Q&A's got.
Well, that's done, is it? There we are.
Yeah.
Right. We only had a couple of Q&A's as well. I don't know if there's like a confusion in when people then they've got to go to our link to answer the question. I don't think they bother as well. If there was a way we could get them asked on people's stories as well, but then you know the question, so there's not as much fun. You get time to think about it, don't you? But we have got a couple. How does it feel turning up to a brand new park run to come second behind Roderick?
I mean, if you're going to lose to someone, it's going to be Roderick, isn't it? What do you do? Like a casual 17 minutes, I think it was. I mean, I'd run a PB that day, so I can't be disappointed with that. I'd gone out because I wanted to do a tester before Whitchurch, so I was like either 2 or 1 week out from Whitchurch 5K, and I was like, right, I'm going to go at it, have a go. And yeah, I think, it's got to have someone in front of you to chase. I think that's the nice thing. I'm yet to get to a point where I'm at the front of anything, so I don't know how that works mentally. Yeah, exactly. But no, it's a good course. It's like downhill for 2.5K. Well, I say downhill, it's flat, isn't it? But it's like negative 0.5% and then positive 0.5% on the way back. But it's full on out and back. Yeah, and I know that cycle path well from school as well. Talking about the Welsh language earlier, kind of Yslavera is like old stomping ground for schools. So kind of used to do our like 5K loops, 10K loops around there with our old sports class and stuff.
Are you the second fastest ex-pupil from Yslavera we've had on this podcast?
Yeah, I will be. Yeah, there's no chance of beating Briar over 60 meters or 400 or 800 probably. No. I think I'll do her over a K because she says she doesn't run further than a K, does she?
Over 800.
No, I don't. She's run a K.
There we are. I'll take the K.
600.
Yes. Head to head at the track race up in Tonopandi now.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that day. It'll be good. He nearly went the entire podcast without having a mention, but our friend, we have to give Albie Gray a shout out as well for flying the toddler race on the weekend. Scott said he was too fast to record a time, so he's already faster than his own man. Well done, Albie Gray. I know you like listening or watching. Scott wants to know why you didn't wear a runs vest at Long Course weekend.
Oh,
The race.
Championship points. I mean, I wasn't planning on doing that many. So the club's got a club championship, and you can submit your fastest marathon time. Now, naturally, I knew Temby was going to be quicker than Snowdon, and at that point in time, there was no Berlin in the calendar. So, I didn't want to lose out on some club champ points on a technicality, like.
That's fine, but you don't need. But you don't need the championship points now, so you can wear the runs with Berlin, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I was
quicker,
going to say, I think
you wear what makes you faster. That's fine by me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good. Right. Favorite song to run to?
Yeah, funny enough, I don't really listen to music, so I'm one of those. Yeah, I think kind of just give me as little as possible to go out running with, like shorts, t-shirt, trainers, and we're good to go. Like that's it. No phone, no headphones.
Any submissions for the podcast playlist?
I don't know at the minute. Probably something like some high tempo, like Fred Again stuff. He's everywhere at the minute.
I took my headphones. Bishop messaged me in a week. He said, "I reckon you would have done an hour if we didn't have them headphones on your shoulders."
You've got a point.
I know. There was a game time decision one day, and then I was running, and I told Ben, I said, you gotta go. Like, I can't keep running in this pace. And then I put it on for a bit and listened to some Luke Combs, some country music, which probably didn't help either. But
She'll do too much.
Angel. He's a good singer. Wonder if he runs. Do you know as well? Before we finish, all famous people are starting run clubs now. Diplo's got one. I've seen Travis Barker's got one from Linkin Park earlier as well. It's mad.
Yeah. Didn't realise that.
No. We have to get some visas and go on a USA tour, go around all. Diplo's pretty fast.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. I only found Travis Barker's this afternoon, so I'll have a look at that as well. But yeah. But if Travis good enough for Travis Barker, it's good enough for you, like, in running. Travis Barker's out there running, go and run. And speaking of celebrities, who would play Arwel Roberts in a movie of his life?
Oh God, I listened to this podcast and I should have come prepared. I don't know. What's the Irish guy? Barry or Billy?
From Bastards of. He's new, isn't he?
Yeah. Fairly new, I guess.
He's one of them, like. You know what? It's like, I mean, it's in the nicest possible way, you know? Like, ugly people are so good, so attracted vibe, like, innit? He's got this weird face.
I don't know what you're on about.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
I'll go. Oh, yeah, he's funny too. He's in that film with Colin Farrell.
In the Sheeran.
Yeah, he's the dull boy.
I know what you're on about now. I've not watched that, but I know I've seen the trailer or whatever. Barry Keoghan. No. Why am I getting Keoghan?
Something like that, innit?
Yeah, Barry Keoghan, something like that.
Yeah.
Yoga or whatever.
Something like that. Or I'd go with like Andy Serkis, innit, and just go with the whole like movement vibe thing. You know, get all those dots stuck on him. CGI me up, like.
CGI.
Barry Keoghan. I don't know how to say Irish names, but Barry Keoghan, yeah. Good jawline, very good jawline. How old are you?
Me, 29.
Yeah. He's only a little bit older than you as well, 31. Happy days.
Yeah, perfect.
Excellent. Are you going to be, are you down on Sunday to watch the Ironman?
I was going to be, but no, I'm at Love Trails. I'm going to be leading a run there, so probably going to be there for the weekend. So kind of pitched myself in the goer for the weekend and enjoy a bit of running, enjoy a bit of working, and enjoy a bit of music and partying afterwards as well.
Nice.
Good. I will pray for the weather for you, mainly because that means I get the weather to go down and watch the 70.3 as well. Any other questions?
No. I think we're done. I think we're all good.
There we are. Want to wrap it up, Nick, before my Wi-Fi goes?
Yeah. Thanks to Arwel for coming on again. Another top guest. Hopefully catch you soon, mate. I probably won't see you now till the 21st. I'm up here for I don't know how long. Yeah, so I think I'm going to miss Sunday as well. I think I might be longer than I thought it was going to be, sadly, but and yeah, that's it for another week. So we will see you on the start line somewhere soon.
Yeah, and one last thing. If you want to get tickets for that 21st, then you can find a link on the WeRunWales website, Instagram, and then it'll send you through to the website, and I'll send a link to you lads so that you can pop it up in your stories as well. Tickets are free. They're just there so we can control some numbers, because we don't want too many people turning up and making it kind of a bit crazy.
Yeah. Swamping the golf course when we run through.
Exactly.
Lovely.
Thanks, Arwel, again.
Happy days, lads. Thank you.
See you soon.
Ta-da, lads.
Bye-bye.